Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at West Milford High School as GardenStateHSWrestling.com, the Harrington Companies, and Champion Athletes presents the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Reason 1 Wrestling Championships. I am your host, Donald J. Brower. Joining me and calling the action today is James Clarke. James, we've talked about it. You start in November. You got a chance to make it to states, the big goal, and we're going to have some great finals here. These guys are going to go for seeding. They've already qualified. But we're going to have some great matchups today here in the finals.
Most definitely, and a lot of these guys are former state medalists from last year that are here in the finals today, and some of them got knocked out too a little bit early, but they still qualified for states for some of them. So this just proves to you that this is a tough region tournament, and anything can happen on any given Saturday.
That's why, especially with these, you can't mark in everybody because we saw some medalists who from a year ago didn't make it. We saw a couple favorites get knocked down. Real influx I think that I've noticed this year, especially but great job by seeding, but I've noticed an influx of some of these freshmen that you weren't expecting to kind of do things, knocking off some big guys and making it interesting here as we're heading into the finals. We're obviously going to be starting at 106. They're set up here so they're going to have 3 mats. We're going to have the 5-6 to the left of us. We're going to have the 3-4 next to us if my deduction skills are correct, which that's what it'll be. So you're going to be hearing some whistles, some buzzers, but we have the action here right here on the main mat. Before we get to the wrestling, let's get to some business. First, follow us on social media. On Facebook, at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter at GardenStateHSW. On Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you look down there, like and subscribe and follow us. We have all our upcoming stuff we do. We're going to be down doing states. We're going to have 3 nights of where I kind of do a recap. Then we're also going to have interviews with all the medalists, as well as the first or second place girls medalists. We're going to have that all up, and that'll be great, and everything else we're doing. And our sponsors, the Harrington Companies, construction, recycling, landscaping for all your renovation needs. The Harrington Companies. Champion Athletes. Champion Athletes Sport Nutrition provides programs with some of the most successful programs in the country. Athletes from all over the country have been coming to their offices or using online programs to help achieve their goals. You could be an athlete. You could be looking to get in better shape. The Champion Athletes. And as we go here, we'll go right to the 106, Jack Bergman, a junior from Lakeland, 37-2, versus Jonathan McGinty, a freshman from St. Joe's Montvale, 32-6. So we talked about with these guys, some of the young freshmen sneaking in there and, making a name for themselves here, especially at 106. And I also want to thank the Apex Wrestling School, the official wrestling sponsor of today's matchup. Founded in 2002, operating for over 20 years, with 4 New Jersey training facilities spanning the whole state, North, South, Central, and West Jersey, and 1 right in Manhattan. Founded and owned by Damian Logan, one of the greats in wrestling, as well as his childhood friend and University of Michigan teammate, Dane Tabano. And many Hall of Famers have come through the ranks, including Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashnault, and Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club, because you're more than just a wrestler. We'll get to some more sponsors as we go, but as we see here, we start with the 106 bout.
As you said, 2 talented wrestlers here, especially the freshman from St. Joe's Montvale, so we definitely will expect a great action here at 106. As both wrestlers get set. Just got to say, impressive showing from a couple of the Lakeland wrestlers that we saw here today before going into the finals today.
And I was really impressed with Sean Walker battling to come back and wrestle and, making it to states. He's going to be wrestling in the 3-4 match coming up. But, that's going to be a good win for them. And, he wrestled a true warrior in Bryce Coesfeld. So it's one of those, I like both wrestlers, so it was hard for me to kind of get that done. So
most definitely, and Walker's done really well this year.
Yeah, Walker had a great county tournament and did everything else, so it was a great time.
I think we're going to get a stalemate here. We do.
Scoreless here.
Which was kind of expected a little bit, that we would see a little bit of scrambles, a little bit of defensive wrestling, just by how talented both these wrestlers are. Under 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Good front headlock there position from Bergman. Trying to snap that down.
See if we can make something here late.
Ten seconds to go.
They're going to hold the matches, obviously, as they go. So, quick pin over here at the 5th place match.
Going to be Bergman's choice. He's going to go bottom right away to start the second period.
One thing I like about Lakeland, talking about Bergman, they may not have had the ultimate success they wanted in the as a team this year due to some injuries and some guys who would have contributed. They had to give up forfeits, etc. As we get to escape here by Bergman. But their coach has told me plenty of times they are a tournament team. So, like I said, you got Walker going down. You have Bergman. Langenmeyer is going to be competing here to go to, to finish in the 3-4. So, it'll be interesting to see, too, because I'm almost curious with Langenmeyer if he might just his shoulder's a little banged up, so you wonder if he might just say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to transfer. I qualified for states. I'll go down, I'll be the 4th seed, and, he can upset some people in the upper seed, so that's not a, question.
Yeah, definitely. And I've noticed that a lot within the recent times of the region tournaments. You see a lot of guys take a lot of forfeits and stuff like that, and just to prevent their health and everything like that.
Well, that's
understandable.
That's also changed now with everybody going down, top 4.
Right.
When you were 3-4, you had to fight for it. You didn't see too many finals. Occasionally, if somebody was banged up and they made it, but now, you kind of see that. So it's just an interesting way that the sport's be going around now.
Yeah, definitely. And, it was nice that they were able to add in that 4th place finisher in the regions now to qualify for states. But then it does take away a lot of the momentum of the 3rd, 4th place match, which I missed.
Those 3-4 matches were the best because you knew, it's funny to me because I understand you wrestle for 5-6, but for a lot of these guys who are 5'6", you're out of it. So it's like, what are you really wrestling for at that point? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, all right, whatever. You still want to obviously wrestle your best, but what's the enticement? It's like, if I were to tell you in the NFL, like, hey, you're not Jaguars, because they were actually good this year. Lions and Bears, we're going to let you play one more game. It's like, what?
Yeah, there's no point in that at that point in the season. I do miss good old Region 1 at Wallkill Valley, though. Those were the good old days.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, everybody you saw knew was there, so. We're about to approach the end of the second period. And he's going to choose bottom to start the 3rd period. Yep, McGinty chooses bottom to start. Bergman on top. McGinty leads this one 2-1 after that takedown in the second period. Now trying to work on a tilt there, a forearm tilt is Bergman. Trying to reach out back to that. He's got to be careful here, otherwise the officials might, and they do stop it for potentially dangerous. Not sure Bergman actually liked that one, but that was the official's choice. And wrestlers back to action. Now let's see if Bergman could do anything from top here. If he doesn't, then he will most definitely cut him if he's not able to make it like a 3-1 score. Trying to work that arm there is Bergman. Let's see if he tries to reach back there, try to get some kind of cradle in. Either a cradle or a power half. Anything that he can do.
Of course, the referee's got to stop right in front of the camera.
Yep, and we got 58 seconds left, so I think this is the idea now where he's probably going to want to cut him and try to get a takedown here.
Going to go optional.
There you go.
It's almost like you almost do want to let him up here, give yourself some time.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Not a terrible idea for the optional start there for sure, because he probably wanted to try to catch him. But in this kind of situation, let him all the way up and try to get your takedown. And McGinty gets the takedown. He leads it now 5-1. With 30 seconds left to go in the third.
We'll see if we're going to be calling a lot of St. Joe's Montvale guys. They got a good run of people.
It's the St. Joe's Montvale, just like at Region 3 with the Del Barton show and the Bergen Catholic show at Region 2.
Got a good show here with St. Joe Montvale. We got some Don Bosco prep wrestlers in here. I mean, we're going to have...
Yeah, quite a few, and a couple of them are freshmen.
Yeah. And your winner at 106 is going to be McGinty from St. Joe Montvale. Now we're going to head to the 113. Dalton Weber
of Pope John. And Devin Ryan, the sophomore from New Milford, who came in today in an upset to get to the finals today with a 1-0 win over Benjamin Machado of West Milford. So this should be another great final here at 113 pounds.
It's going to be a good matchup here, and two guys who obviously, I want to give a shout out to champion athletes, Dan Warnikoff. Two guys who he actually handles in Devin Ryan and Dalton Weber. As we said, champion athletes is one of our main sponsors here. As I don't click the screen right. As I left that up there way too long. I apologize for that. Champion Athletes sports nutrition programs are the most successful programs in the country. Dan Warnikoff knows what he's doing. Give him a shout. ChampionAthletes.com. As Weber gets a quick takedown with the 2 here.
Dalton Weber, the freshman from Pope John.
So before we go too farther, I wanted to do this before at 106. I get a chance. Now we have obviously Bergman and McGinty qualifying, Holly and Lavanzola from Westwood qualify, and Holly being from Pope John. He won by pin, so he's third. Lavanzola is fourth. All 4 of them are going down to Atlantic City this week. So congratulations.
As Weber does get that first takedown, he leads it 2-0. Minute left in the first period. I also did mention before with Devin Ryan from New Milford, he did have a upset win over Benjamin Machado from Westwood with West Milford with a score of 1-0.
They'll throw you out of here for that.
With a score of 1-0. There's a lot of Wests, a lot of Milfords.
And that's what we're talking about when we talk about some of the upsets. Like Benjamin Machado finished 8th, so he's good at wrestling back. We've established that last year. He's wrestling back now for 3rd, but I mean he's gonna be one of those, especially with his finish last year. You figure he goes down as a 3rd seed. He's gonna have to be one of the top 3rd seeds because he has the criteria from a year ago.
You would think, absolutely. If you finish 8th in the state from a year ago and then you finish 3rd here, you should definitely get a higher seed enough to be able to make something.
100%.
Trying to get some back points there is Weber. It's always kind of nice to have a lot of it's nice to see like 1, 2, 3 mats out here at a time, but it's also hard to keep track with everything with the whistles blowing and the scoreboard. It's so confusing.
The whistles are crazy.
It's insane.
Because it's got to affect the wrestlers too. You're sitting out there, you hear a whistle, you think, oh, and then how many times have we, it doesn't happen often, but I've seen it where you're wrestling in a match, you hear a whistle, you think, boop, you're like, what just happened?
It happens a lot more often than people think. And a lot of wrestlers do get confused with it. And that is the end of one period with Dalton Weber having a 2-0 lead.
Ryan was actually close there. I thought he had a chance to get out, but
he
a little late.
A couple of more seconds, he probably would have gotten it, and Ryan is going to choose to go bottom to start the second period.
As we start the second period, thank you to one of our sponsors, Jimmy the Barbers. Jimmy the Barbers, your West Milford destination for both classic and modern haircuts. Jimmy the Barbers. Dalton starting on top. Lets him go. Doesn't want to get a stall warning this early in the match.
Makes it 2-1. Oh, and a nice little duck under there from Weber.
He's tough.
Very tough. Very tough wrestler. He had a good match, I know, over at HWS in the semifinals. I know he lost in that semifinal round there, but he wrestled a tough one in third place in a very deep 113 weight class in that county tournament.
As he gets a 2 on the edge, he's going to make it 4-1 here. That's the one thing about Pope John especially. It was tough for them this year. Obviously, they move up into non-public A. And listen, if you're not one of those top 3 teams in non-public A, meaning a Bergen Catholic, a St. Joe Mafia, who wanted, or a Del Barton, you're not competitive. It's like it's as tough as it is to say, with how those teams are. Teams that are doing a lot of nationally ranked stuff. And they actually got moved up there from B, which they had won last year, as a result of 3 kids. 3 kids in the enrollment.
Really?
Pushed them in there. Yep.
That's insane.
I almost was joking with some of the coaches, like, hey, you want to just tell 3 kids stay home? Like, just stay home today. Like, 4, just in case one decides to come in. 4, go hang out. You're cool. You're just here.
Well, maybe we'll see. They do that every 2 years, right? They do the realignments every 2 years. It is now. It's weird how they do it all these days, but hey, it's whatever it is going to make the most sense to them.
But they got a lot of good young kids on this Pope John team, including a Weber. You have Holly. They're going to graduate a couple kids, but you have Carson Walsh who's coming up, who's solid, and I mean they got a good young base that's in there. So
they do, and they've always been top notch in these lower weights over the last, I would say, 6-7 years. I would say.
Yeah, they've been very
solid. Yeah,
very solid. 4-1 we are here as we head towards the end of the second.
He's going to try and get some back points out of that with the arm bar, but I don't think he's going to have enough time for it as he leads this one 4-1 over Devin Ryan of New Milford. Weber going to go defense to start the third period.
Did I see him signal for an optional, or did I miss he just had his
I
thought he had it looked like he kind of had his I don't know, maybe I was wrong.
He was a little hesitant with it. I think he was looking to do it, and then he was like, no, I'm going to try and ride him. Try to get some back points out of it. You need 3 back points.
And I think Weber's going to make that a big mistake here because he pops that head out. He's going to get a 2 here.
Should be able to finish it there any second. As long as he can pop his head out there, not reach back there too much, get caught.
I think if he pushes forward and just puts him on his butt, he could pop his head out. But right now there's too much leverage by Ryan. And good position. He doesn't want to reach up with that hand across the head. I know what he's trying to do, but he doesn't want to put himself in a bad position. You almost wonder if he might get a stalemate here, too.
I think so because, I mean, at one point they were kind of improving position, but right now nothing's really happening, so they might try to call a stalemate any second.
I mean, Weber's just got to get on his toes and push forward. I think he might get it here. But he's going to get close to the edge line here, so we'll see.
I mean, he's been close quite a few times, but Ryan just doing a nice job keeping those hips up and not letting up an inch.
Over on the third place match, Bautista from St. Joe Montville, Mikey Bautista, a freshman, beat Ben Marchetto from West Milford, so they're going to go down the states. Ben's going to be a 4 seed. That's going to be a scary draw, whoever gets him in the first round.
Most definitely. A very solid, tough wrestler in his own right for this school. .40 seconds left here to go. Makes it now 5-1. And now Weber trying to get into a front headlock there position. We'll see if he can try and do something with that if he wants to. He doesn't really need to do anything too crazy being up 5-1.
Yeah, he could, this is what those first 2 periods kind of open up for you, because it's not to do anything crazy. Keep it relaxed, keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to push the pressure. You don't have to really wrestle your match. Don't don't run, don't be scared, but you don't really have to push the issue here. And, you could, if you get hit with a stall in here within the last 10 seconds, what's it going to mean?
Absolutely nothing.
So you got to get hit with the stall in here, but what does it matter? You're not going to get another one with 3 seconds. So your winner of the 113 weight class here at Region 1, Dalton Weber of Pope John. We're going to head to the 120. Santino Rodriguez from Don Bosco Prep versus Vincent Payno from St. Joe's Montvale. Got a little bit more time left on the 5th, 6th match. So if you're looking to get your car fixed, head to Motorheads. For all your automotive needs, give Motorheads a call. And Pequannock Pet Supply. Come visit our pet supply and feed store in West Milford, New Jersey, specializing in quality food, treats, and supplies for dogs, cats, birds, horses, and James Clarke. Oh, no, I'm sorry, and more. You can get any treat you want at Pequannock Pet Supply. And Jag One. Jag One Physical Therapy offers comprehensive outpatient physical and occupational therapy services and provides rehabilitative care for general orthopedic sports and soft tissue injuries. Workers' comp case, slip and fall physical therapy, and work for Medicare patients. We also offer Alter-G anti-gravity treadmill physical therapy and post-op physical therapy. For all your recovery needs, go to Jag One. And Frank's Pizza. We know how important good Italian food is to you. That's why each recipe begins with the freshest ingredients and our commitment to quality. A friendly family dining experience. Locally located in West Milford. We're going to head to the 120 bout, as I said. We have Santino Rodriguez from Don Bosco Prep versus Vincent Payno from St. Joe's Montvale. Also in the 3rd, 4th match, we have Sozara Tazai from Wayne Hills facing off with Nick Clayton from High Point Regional. Both have qualified. We're just going for seeding right now over there.
Yeah, most definitely. This should be a really good matchup here, too.
And going back to something we said a little earlier, I miss those 3-4 matches when it was just the top 3, because those 3-4 matches were the best.
They were.
Just the heart and determination. It's like guys going, oh, man, it was so much fun to watch those. And those were the most exciting, because when you make the final, obviously you want to win. That's not the question. But you want to also, you know you're there. You know what I mean? And realistically, when it was top 3, if you were number 1, you probably might get a bye. Big deal. You know what I mean? If you're really good and how it goes. I miss those 3-4 matches. Those were so much fun.
And any time like the 3rd place winner would win, the whole gym in Wallkill Valley would just go absolutely bananas, like the High Points and the Kittatinnies.
I'll tell you a funny story. As we're seeing here, 0-0, when I used to cover I don't even think it was my site yet. I think I'm still working for Star Ledger. I covered District 9 at Morristown, back when it was Morristown, DeBarton, Parsippany, all those teams. So the one year, one of the wrestlers was from Morristown, and he goes out and he's doing it, and I was like, oh, cool. So I wrote a story about him, and it was funny because it was Desmond Towns. Desmond Towns wins 3rd place at the districts in front of his home crowd. They go crazy. I don't realize till later on, years later, that he tells a story when I go to film him that a recruiter for college saw the article on him, reached out. He wound up going to get a degree because I wrote a story on him, and he wound up going to college when he had no prospects before that. So it was nice, and it was really exciting 3rd place match he won there, and I was really happy for that whole situation there. So.
Oh, most definitely. Anytime that you're in a situation like that, you could take 3rd, and when everyone is thinking you're going to be a region qualifier or anything like that, and you turn it around. That's awesome.
Yeah. Back to the action here, because I'm sure people are going to yell at me for talking about other people. We have that happen every now and then. Payno's going to take offense.
And Rodriguez gets the escape there. He was near the reversal, and he's probably going to finish this takedown if he can lift. He's got to lift him back down to the mat in order to get the takedown. But nicely defended by Payno.
You know what's interesting about that, too? was if you're talking about a second later, they possibly could have given him the reversal. So now it might be an extra point added on here because he'll probably get the takedown here in a second, unless they call him out as where they are on the line.
That's why I'm a little surprised they didn't get the reversal, but they called it the escape. You know, they're the officials. We're not. And Rodriguez trying to do what he can to finish this takedown.
I think they're going to call it here because it's really close to the line here. So let's see if maybe he can get a snap down throw by, but no, they're going to start it over.
Take this back to the center of the mat. You got minute 6 left to go in the second period. You have Rodriguez holding a 1-0 lead. Very tall and lean for Rodriguez, for Don Bosco. Very tall and lean for his weight class.
You know, I've noticed that for a lot of kids. You know, you kind of assume, and this is, just something I've seen in years, usually the lower weights, you have a shorter, smaller type guy. I've seen more lengthy guys at these lower weights. It just seemed to be a trend recently.
Yeah, I've seen that within the last, about at least 5 to 6 years at least I've been seeing. Or probably even more than that.
More of those tall, lanky guys.
And it works to their advantage a lot of times when you're tall and lengthy, because a lot of times these lower weights here are going to be a little bit shorter than you and may not be able to get score on you as quickly as you would think. Rodriguez in a front headlock position. I think they're going to call another stalemate here again unless anything does happen here. But I think they're going to call a stalemate. And they do. 5 seconds to go left in the second period.
Let me see if I can get these runners to duck under my camera.
1-0 Rodriguez is our score, with Pano taking defense to start.
Once again, thank everybody for joining us today as we are calling the Region 1 Finals here at West Milford High School. Donald J. Brower with James Clarke. We are at the 120 bout. We started at 106. We have Santino Rodriguez of Don Bosco Prep versus Vincent Pano of St. Joseph's Montvale. 1-0 Rodriguez leads.
He's got to try to work to the side here a little bit so that way he doesn't get banged for stalling.
You must wonder if we're going to get a stalemate here.
Probably not a whole lot of action really is happening at this time. Would not be surprised if that was called a stalemate or a stall. Either way works. But then again, you always get one side of the gym happy and the other side mad.
That's why I would never be a referee. Oh!
No, I wouldn't either. Oh, near some back points. Only got a 1 count there. That was all.
I thought Pano was actually sliding his hips. It looked like he was going to come down on top there. I thought we might have had a reversal with some points maybe.
It almost looked like it in a way. But now Pano stands, trying to break the grip of Rodriguez.
He's got to get up here if he wants to go to overtime or try something here. He makes it to his feet, and then we'll see get a mat return.
There you go. Nice mat return there for Rodriguez. He's going to stop it. Looks like we're going to have some injury time there.
It looked like he kind of, I don't want to call that a slam, but I mean, he did kind of come down with his weight a little bit on it. Maybe got his arm caught underneath, but while we're checking that out, why don't you check out our social medias? On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling, and like and subscribe there. Follow all our content, all our broadcasts, all our podcasts, everything we do for New Jersey wrestling. What started out as a hobby is now my business. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Why listen to the goof when I deliver the proof? We're going to get to start here. Looked like he might have just hit it on the funny bone and he wasn't laughing.
Yeah, most definitely. I know that feeling does hurt from time to time when you're in a mat return like that.
Pano trying to get out here. I think he might have it.
Oh, almost.
Got to pull that leg.
And I think he should be near the escape, and they're going to give it to him.
Great job by Pano there. They easily could have pulled him out of bounds, got the restart, but it's going to be a great match here as we go.
Now Both wrestlers feeling each other out here.
Both wrestlers are trying to look for something, but we haven't really seen any shots or any action when it comes to it. So kind of want to see what happens overtime. As I say that,
Rodriguez, a beautiful double leg takedown.
Just a bull rush takedown there. Wow.
Oh, what a way to end the match.
See what happens? I open my mouth and everything goes to the wrong.
You never stop wrestling. That's what they always say. Congratulations to Santino Rodriguez of Don Bosco.
Your winner at 120, Santino Rodriguez. Going to head to the 126 bout. Carson Walsh, a sophomore from Pope John, 33-2, versus Marco Alcarn, from a junior from Don Bosco Prep, 27-11.
Another great matchup here.
Got a little wait here. I don't know what's going on.
Looks like. Yeah, I think they had a little issue with the clock over there, I think, because it does keep blinking over on the third, fourth place match.
Okay. I think they're gonna wait and let the other match go. The clock you see right now is not for the match that's going on right now. They're having an issue with the clock that's on for the third, fourth. They're switching it out, so they're going to use the big billboard to finish off this match, and hopefully they'll get it fixed with the situation with what we're doing. So you know what this gives me time for, James? My favorite thing.
There you
Plugs.
go.
Plugs galore. West Milford Thai. West Milford Thai restaurant sells the highest quality of authentic Thai food to eat in or take out. The chef is Thai and has over 40 years experience cooking Thai food. Now listen to this, James. This is a little line I did. For the best authentic experience in the area, give them a Thai. Like I did there. It's a little fun there. State Farm Tom Ziegenbalg Agency. 27 years as an agent, local to West Milford. They offer a personal price plan for car insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, business insurance, and their passion, life insurance. His team will always strive to provide customers with a remarkable service and make you feel like you're part of the family. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Tom Ziegenbalg Agency. I added that too. And the Smoke Shack, fast casual barbecue. Voted one of the best sandwiches in New Jersey. Conveniently located in Pompton Lakes. The Smoke Shack. And of course, we got to talk about our main sponsors. The Harrington Companies, construction, recycling, landscaping, for all your renovation needs. The Harrington Companies, who have been a huge supporter of what we do this year. Thank you. As you can tell if you've watched previous videos, the sponsorship to help upgrade our cameras. Beautiful cameras. Thank you to the Harrington Group. And Champion Athletes, Dan Warnikoff. Champion Athletes Sport Nutrition Programs are some of the best, most successful programs in the country. Athletes from all over the country have been coming to their offices and achieving success. Champion Athletes. And Apex. Founded in 2002 with over 20 years experience, 4 training facilities spanning the whole state, including one in New York. Co-founded and owned by New Jersey wrestling legend Damian Logan, along with his childhood friend, Dane Tabano. Hall of Fame alumni include Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashnell, and Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club, because you're more than just a wrestler. And our other main sponsor, Jag One. Jag One Physical Therapy offers comprehensive outpatient physical and occupational services. Slip and fall, workman's comp cases, for all your recovery needs, Jag One. And a couple other local sponsors. Jimmy's the Barber. Jimmy the Barber is your local West Milford destination for both classic and modern haircuts. Motorheads, for all your automotive needs, give Motorheads a call. And Pequannock Pet Supply. Come visit our pet supply and feed store in West Milford, New Jersey, specializing in quality food, treats, and supplies for cats, dogs, birds, horses, and more. And our social medias. At Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. At Garden State HSW on Twitter. On Instagram, at Garden State HS Wrestling. And on YouTube, right down there, like, subscribe, and follow. You'll get notified when we have my podcast, any broadcast, anything like that, any content we put up, you'll get notified. And if you like what we're doing here and you enjoy everything, we're taking reservations for our upcoming season next year. Please send us some information. We'd love to come out with the crew, film, do everything we could possibly do to help promote the sport of wrestling in your town and with your program. We are very affordable. We're not expensive at all, and we can help showcase your big matches. Why go with the goof when I deliver the proof? GardenStateHSWrestling.com. What started as a hobby is now a business. Please join us on this ride. We are now just waiting on the other. As you can see, the time ticking down here. That is for the third, fourth match. They had an issue with the clock. So they're waiting to finish that matchup, and then they're going to start the next round, which will be 126, which, as we said, will be Carson Walsh, a sophomore from Pope John, 33-2, versus Marco Alarcon, a junior from Don Bosco Prep, 27-11. And Walsh made it here by tech falling Ryan Jack in the quarterfinals, and he had a decision over James Sloan of St. Joe's Montvale in the semifinals, whereas Alarcon actually was not one of the top seeds, actually beat Mason Bucci from Newton by a fall of minute 6. Then he defeated Aiden Cedeno from Pascack Valley, 11-3, a major decision. And then he won an overtime thriller against the second seed, Ryan Langenmeyer of Lakeland, 4-2. So as I said with Sloan, and we talked about 126 a little bit as we count down here. Langenmeyer and Sloan being the other 2 seeds. This kind of went where you thought, maybe an upset here with Algaron over Langenmeyer, but all 4 are going to advance to the state tournament. The match down there is Tasai and Clayton. They said just finishing up here. Readjust that. Apparently I hit it with my big hands.
It happens to most of us.
All right, like as I said, 126 bout. Carson Walsh, another client of Dan Warnikoff. When I tell you that Carson vouches for Dan, that's no smoke. Trust me. He really enjoys what Dan does, and the proof is in the pudding. So Dan Warnikoff, champion athletes.
And the match is underway here. 10 seconds into the first period with Walsh and Alarcon. A little bit of head taps there is Carson Walsh. Now he goes in on a single there. Nice job by Walsh, and he gets the takedown. He leads this one 2-0 early in the first. Throwing in a half Nelson there is Walsh, trying to break down the grip of Alarcon as he has controlled the wrist.
As we talked about earlier, it looks like from what I'm seeing here and how he's dressed, Langenmeyer forfeits in the 3-4 match, so he'll go down as a 4 seed. And your 3 seed will be Sloan from St. Joe's Montvale, James Sloan.
Now trying to work a tilt there is Walsh. Going to get some back points out of this one. He's going to get at least 3 back points there. The referee is holding 3 unless he tries to run it again.
So I'm going to tell you a funny story about Walsh. He's a sophomore. And you've met my wife, a lot of people have. My wife doesn't really know anything about wrestling. She calls states the Cauliflower Ear Convention. So last year we're walking around and we're going through Caesars. I think we're going to dinner maybe Friday night. No, it might have been Thursday, whatever. So we're walking through for dinner. And usually when I see somebody wearing a shirt of a school that I don't, that I know I cover but I don't recognize, I'm like, oh, who are you related to? So as we're walking by in Caesars, I see a woman just super nervous, and I'm thinking like, oh, her kid's got to wrestle and wrestle back something. And I go, oh, it says Pope John. I go, who are who you're with? And she goes, oh, my son's Carson Walsh. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like super nervous. She's like, I hope he does okay. I hope he wins. And my wife, like I said, my wife knows nothing about wrestling. She just hears kind of what I do with my previews and stuff. We're walking away. That's Walsh leads here, 5-0, starts second. And as we're walking away, my wife kind of looks at me and she goes, she knows her son's really good, right? And I go, I guess. So it's kind of funny. She just says she gets nervous for him all the time, even though he's really good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, wrestling as a whole, it's definitely not an easy sport, as we both know from as we were both former wrestlers. Or correction, you were the wrestler, I was the water boy, as you would say.
No, I'll give you credit. Yeah, I'm sure they threw you out there to get beat by a star.
Yeah, definitely. There were times like that too, but I had some big moments too.
And see, right there, when you look at what just happened there with Walsh, he developed such a big lead in the first that Alarcon had to be aggressive there, went for the shot, Carson backed out of it, came around, got the 2. Literally just fell on him, got the 2.
And that's something that, Carson Walsh does best with, is being on his feet.
I'll tell you right now, you tell me who right now, looking at it, you don't think he's finishing top 4 in the state? I mean, I don't think there's anybody, I don't want to put anybody out there, but there's some really good guys. I have no reason to believe he doesn't finish top 4 in the state. That's just my opinion from what I've seen. There's nobody. I mean, I'm sure there's people in South Jersey or somebody I'm forgetting, but I don't see no reason he's not finishing top 4.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of those wrestlers in this weight class that you can definitely protect to do something. And as we are approaching 50 seconds left here in the second period, Walsh trying to go in again on a single leg. He has control of that leg there. Oh, and nicely defended there a little bit. Got to give credit there to Alarcon for defending that nicely. As we're back into a position on the neutral position with both wrestlers feeling each other out, having the head-to-head contact there. And Walsh going in, and he gets another takedown.
In the major decision territory here, 10-1. Thank you for joining us here at the Region 1 Wrestling Championships, the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Region 1 Wrestling Championships. Donald J. Brower here with James Clarke. We are watching the 126 match between Carson Walsh of Pope John and Marco Alcaron of Don Bosco Prep. We started at 106. It's pretty much been how we thought for the most part. I mean, I'm one of those. This will probably be one of my better regions for predictions because some of the other ones I don't think I did too well.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have like someone like a Del Barton and Bergen Catholic, you know them very well too. That definitely makes things a lot harder too.
And they're battling. When you got Del Barton down at Union, Bergen Catholic at Mount Olive. Couple surprises out of that one with that region, but we'll see. Ooh, they gave him the 2. Oh, wow, they're saying no, too.
Yep, they're waving that one off.
Interesting.
It was at least close to it. But yeah, Del Barton had a nice season, even though they lost to St. Joe's Montvale, which was a big shocker there for, I would say, a lot of wrestling families and teams out there. But Del Barton's still one of the best in the state for sure, at least in top 2 territory.
Oh, they're most likely they finished second, and obviously St. Joe Montvale who's showing us how great they are here. Just put together a great game plan. I mean, realistically, with how they finish and got the pins at the end. So as we see, we get a pin here for Carson Walsh.
Congratulations to Carson Walsh of Pope John,
advancing as the Region 1 champion at 126. As we get ready for the 132 bout, thank you to the Harrington Companies, construction, recycling, landscaping for all your renovation needs. They are also the reason we have these beautiful high-definition cameras you have here. We upgraded our recording as much as possible, so thank you to the Harrington Companies. And Champion Athletes. Champion Athletes sport nutrition programs are some of the most successful in the country. Dan Warnikoff knows what he's doing. Champion Athletes. And Apex. Apex Wrestling School. Founded in 2002, operating for over 20 years. 4 facilities spanning the entire state, founded by Damian Logan and co-founded with his childhood friend, Dane Tabano. Hall of Fame alumni include Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashdale, Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club, because you're more than just a wrestler. As you see, Donnie Alameda, sophomore from St. Joe's Montvale, 24-7, versus Joey Rodinelli, a freshman from Don Bosco Prep, 17-1. Alameda is also a Champion Athletes client. So great showing here by Dan Warnikoff with a lot of these. As both men going here. Nice scramble.
And a nice wizard thrown in there for the Don Bosco freshman. Looked like both wrestlers were on the top of their heads there a little bit. And it was like weird predicament, but that's a sport of wrestling. That's the weight class that this is in. So this is crazy. So as Almeida gets in on a single leg there, he's going in very quickly, but nicely defended there by the Don Bosco freshman of Rondinelli. And he should be able to finish this one any second there. Oh, a nice job there by Almeida. He leads this one 2-0 after that takedown.
Nice little scramble here in the first minute by these two guys going for it.
It was definitely exciting. Got the adrenaline going, especially with mine.
We don't need your adrenaline going. I'm sure there's a young lady who I met recently who doesn't want any of your adrenaline going. Let's keep you calm, sir.
Yeah, you need to learn how to keep calm just a little bit.
That's why we give you diet drinks. No sugar for you.
I get too crazy. My cousin Michael, as a kid, was always crazy into sugar. Always hyper with that. So 30 seconds left to go in the first. Almeida just has to be careful with that arm bar there that he has thrown in.
Doesn't want to get potentially dangerous or give up something here. Oh, he got a tilt here. He might have him.
And he's got it.
Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, there's nothing he could have done. Almeida is your champion. Wow. Amazing.
Congratulations.
I mean, that was, wow.
It was like, both wrestlers in a scramble a little bit. You figure at one point one of them is going to get a takedown, but to get a pin like that, especially early in the first period, is.
Well, later, I mean, he almost could have held out. So now we're going to head to 138. You're going to have Justin Holly, a junior from Pope John, who looks thrilled at his picture, versus Matteo Scamblione, a senior from St. Joe's Montfort, 26-9. We're just waiting on the third, fourth at down the end to go between Norda and Hartung. Right now, it's scoreless in the second. So you know what that gives me more time for?
Sponsors.
Sponsors. Why wouldn't you go to JAG 1 for all your physical therapy needs? They offer workman comp cases, slip and fall therapy, and anti-gravity treadmill therapy. Now, I'm a big guy, so anti-gravity, I hope they got some stuff going on because I'll fall. I'm a nice fat guy. But I digress. For all your recovery needs, JAG 1. And locally. And when I mean locally, I mean the West Milford, so please don't yell at me if you wonder if you live somewhere else and you're not locally. Jimmy the Barbers. Jimmy the Barbers, your West Milford destination for both classic and modern haircuts. Motorheads. For all your automotive needs, give Motorheads a call. Pequannock Pet Supply. Come visit our pet supply and feed store in West Milford, New Jersey, specializing in quality food, treats, and supplies for dog, cats, birds, and horses. Frank's Pizza. We know how important good Italian food is for you. That's why each recipe begins with the freshest ingredients and our commitment to quality. A family-friendly dining experience. Frank's Pizza, West Milford. State Farm Tom Ziegenborg Agency. 27 years as an agent, local to West Milford. They offer a personal price plan for car, home, renters, business, and life insurance. His team will always strive to provide customers with remarkable service and make you feel like part of the family. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Smoke Shack, fast casual barbecue, voted one of the best sandwiches in New Jersey. In Pompton Lakes, and a newly remodeled West Milford location to open soon. Smoke Shack. And our main sponsors for today, the Harrington Companies. As I said, big supporters of what we do. Their sponsorship allowed us to upgrade to these high-definition cameras. It's night and day if you look at some of the previous stuff we've done. You want to check them out. Thank you to the Harrington Companies. Construction, recycling, landscaping for all your renovation needs. Champion Athletes, Dan Warnikoff. Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition programs are some of the most successful programs in the country. Athletes from all over have been coming to their offices to achieve their goals. Wrestling, soccer, every sport you can. You don't even need to be an athlete. If you're trying to get in shape, Dan Warnikoff is the man to help you there. And our official wrestling school sponsor, Apex. Founded in 2002. That would help if I can actually read. I apologize. 2002. I don't know why I went 2022. If they only were in 2022 and it's been 20 years, I can't do math. Founded in 2002. Almost did it again. Operating for over 20 years. 4 training locations, North, South, Central, West Jersey, and 1 in the heart of Manhattan. Founded and owned by New Jersey wrestling legend Damian Logan. with co-founding support of childhood friend and University of Michigan teammate Dane Tabano. Hall of Fame alumni include NCAA champions Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashnell, and Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club, because you're more than just a wrestler. And if you like following us on social media, on Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter, at GardenStateHSWrestling, on Instagram, at GardenStateHSWrestling, and right down there, you're on YouTube. I know you are. Click the like and subscribe. You'll get notified when we go live with any events, our upcoming podcasts that we're doing nightly at States, year-end awards, as well as some of the stuff with the upcoming 10th anniversary show. You know, we're going to be basically promoting and putting content out there. So we really love the fact that everybody has basically blown up our social medias with everything we've done this year. I know other companies go out and they live stream and they do their stuff. We're wrestling specific, so we love the fact that we're getting such great feedback from the fans. Thank you so much for that. Remember, if you want us to come out next year, we have limited spaces still available. Send me an email, admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. It's on the webpage. You'll see it. Just let us know what matches you want us to come out and cover. We will come out and cover your top matches. We will go out and interview the kids. We'll have the live stream link. Whatever you guys need for our school. And it's not expensive. Everybody seems to think it's expensive because they get quotes from other goofs who don't know what they're doing. We are not expensive. We want to promote the sport of wrestling. We will work with you. So just shoot us an email, get us all set up at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Why go with the goof when I deliver the proof? What started as a hobby is now my business. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. So we are at overtime in the other third place match here. A battle so far.
I always like those overtime 1-1 matches, and you know, when it goes into like the first takedown and the crowd goes crazy. I always like those kind of low scoring matches.
You know what I want to do? Let's do this. Little bonus coverage. Give you a little bonus coverage of the third place match down there.
As he goes in on a shot attempt.
Nice shot there by Noda, but Hartung backs out of it. I think we're going to go to the tiebreaker here.
I think so, unless anything crazy does happen in these closing seconds, but highly doubtful. All right, now it's the flip of the coin. Going to defer. And Nauda's going to go down to start. As both wrestlers get themselves set. And here we go. Nauda stands. He's trying to get out there, holding onto that leg. And both wrestlers go back to the center of the mat. Got 25 seconds left to go in the second overtime period. As now Nauda stands, lifting on that ankle there. He's almost near an escape, but he's got to turn him, face him around. He's going to get it. I think they're going to give it to him, the escape. It's going to make it 2-1 Nauda of Pope John. And Harton of New Milford. The clock had a little bit of issues going on over there yet again. I think they're going to try and put it. They've been having some clock issues with that scoreboard down there, so they're going to put it on the main board, I think, again. So they're going to have 10 seconds left to go in the second overtime period, with Nauda getting that escape, making it 2-1.
I don't know what's going on with that board.
They've been having a lot of problems with it today, especially during these finals matches. They have been. Thankfully, it's not happening during the finals, though. Just the third, fourth place matches over there. It just
seems to be that board.
And now he's going to choose bottom to go. Hartong is going bottom to start the third overtime period. He gets out easily. Now we're all tied up at 2.
This might be going to UTB.
The UTB, everybody's all-time favorite there.
267's ruining my shots.
And Hatan, he is near. Oh, and the officials say no takedown there.
Wow.
10 seconds to go. Score is tied 2-2. And it looks like we might go to the UTB. It looks like we're going to the UTB here with both wrestlers, Hatan and Nada. And it's going to be whoever's choice it is that scored first. And it's Hatan. He's going to go bottom right away. He was the one that scored first, so he gets choice in this last ultimate tiebreaker period. Here we go. Hatan on the bottom from New Milford, and Jack Nada from Pope John as he's footing onto the legs there. Nice job by Nada himself. Trying to lift, and it's stopped for, it looks like, I think it was a stalemate there by Mike Internosha, the official. And Hatan gets set yet again. And Nada for the top position. And Nada trying to hold on for dear life here as we got 15 seconds left to go in this last overtime period. And now Hatan stands. And the crowd is calling for a stall, and a Granby there by Hatan. Almost. Oh! The New Milford fans, they want that one as a reversal, but I don't think he's going to get it.
I don't think so either. That was close.
Very, very, very close. Nice job there. Congratulations to both wrestlers qualifying for the state tournament next weekend. And now we'll get on to the 138-pound final, which should be an exciting one. And as we said, yet again, it is Justin Holly from Pope John and Matteo Scamblione from St. Joe Montvale.
Here, I gotta do the work. I had people putting this together, so there we go. Matteo Scamblione, Justin Holly. I've already put the picture up. There we go.
Good job. You did your part.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, here we go. Already in a scramble position there. And Matteo and Holly nicely defending it. Trying to hook through that leg is Holly. Trying to roll through it with that ankle. Just got to be careful he doesn't put himself on his back or anything like that, because for back exposure.
Holly's going down with his younger brother. His younger brother qualified, finished third at 106.
It's the brother duo.
Very good brother duo.
And Scamblione, he's almost near a takedown. I think he did get the takedown. Now he's getting some back points out of it. And
Holly, I thought, had a chance to sneak out the back door and grab it, but I think we're going to get something. Holly's in bad position here.
He could get himself pinned there, but he's just got to try to muscle through if he can.
Great job by Holly fighting off his back, but Scamblione still got that arm.
And nicely done there by Holly of getting off his back to only give up 3 back points there, and it makes it now 5-0 Scamblione. 30 seconds left to go in the first period, and it's already been quite a bit of an exciting one here.
I'm also going to apologize ahead of time if we're butchering some of these names. So don't send me angry emails. It's Scamblione. I apologize. We tried to get a list of names written out. We didn't get that, so no offense. You got to deal with what you got to deal with. Sorry.
We're approaching 5 seconds left to go in the first period, and after one period, Scamblione is going to lead this one 5-0 after one.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of Garden State HS Wrestling's season-long live wrestling coverage.
Looks like Holly's going to start the second period with going bottom.
Well, I hope. I think I saw it between 267's legs.
And pulling on those hands there is Scamblione. He has control of that wrist. Now he's just got to be careful that he doesn't get too crazy with the pulling the fingers there a little bit. And having control of that wrist there is Scamblione. He's going to try and turn Holly yet again to try to get some more back points. But Holly, you know, I know he's down 5-0, but he's, you know, been fighting hard in this bout.
Yeah, he really was scrambling and kind of got, you know, in bad position and put to his back for points and fought off it. I mean, he wasn't, this, you know, how they've gone so far, it wasn't like he just got manhandled. They were in a scramble and just wound up, he was in a bad position and fought off his back.
Definitely, and you know, just like I said, the score doesn't really indicate the way of how you wrestle all the time. So,
but you know what they say, the score is what matters. So he's got to get going here.
He does, and it's going to be stopped right there though for potentially dangerous. 59 seconds left to go in the second. Holly going to get himself reset with his headgear. He's going to try and put it back on. Oh, and that's going to be a caution there on Holly. Got a little trigger happy there for him.
He's trying to make something happen.
Definitely. Scamblione back on top. Good lift there. A switch attempt from Holly. Nothing doing there. So he's going to try and stand in a Granby attempt from Holly, but nothing doing there for him. And Scamblione trying to work something here as he can with trying to grab control of that wrist.
You want a little fun fact about Scamblione?
I would love to.
He's a Dan Warnikoff client.
That's beautiful. Awesome.
Champion athlete, showing how it goes. Bet you didn't know that.
I did not actually.
I'll keep you in mind. I'll keep you rolling.
Yeah, maybe for next year. You already gave me some promises for next year, so.
Oh, I gave you some promises. Doesn't mean, you know, I'll see you next year. It's like, hey, go get this. Drive away in the car. It's like a stray puppy. I'll leave you out there.
Especially you can in this neck of the woods here, as you are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
there's literally like one or two ways to get out of here. So
yeah, that's the only thing with some snow on the ground here. Looked like it stopped early when I was out a little earlier. So.
Well, there was a big. The fun part was there was a big misconception this year about the start time, and it came out with the beginning of the regions, and someone was posting, you know, this is the time, and a bunch of people were, because they Googled it, it came up as last year. So it came up that this was on Saturday and Sunday. Nope. And then it was funny because after that, it was the one thing I also said, because somebody goes, well, this is what they posted. This is what they posted. I said, you do realize it says that Region 4 is at North Hunterdon, and it's actually at Union. That's your giveaway right there.
Yeah, well, when because I saw that similar post to it, I thought at first, because they did say they were calling for some little bit of winter advisory.
More like rainy
Saturday.
stuff, though.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy.
And that's why I was a little confused of how it was, and I didn't hear anything different from you, so here we are. You should have told me that it was going to be on Sunday.
I should have told you. You would show up nothing.
I definitely would have been able to show up on Sunday, and be the only one here.
You'd be here and be like, hey, I'm here to call this wrestling. What?
It's like, that's all over now.
You're a day late, dollar short.
Optional start for Holly, as he did want a near side cradle. He's going to cut Scamblione. It's going to be 6-0. Just got to admire the way that Holly is wrestling here.
He's doing great, but you look at Scamblione. He seems to be getting more energized as he goes along. I wonder if he's got a great nutritionist that helps him out.
Oh, yeah, I wonder. Wink, wink.
Like Dan Warnikoff, champion athletes. Oh, I'm going to do these horrible plugs the whole day, so get used to them, people.
Hey, I find them funny, so as long as one guy does, that's all that matters.
Oh, but it's you, though.
And that's the best part of it all. So here we go. We're a little under 40 seconds left to go in the third period. I know Holly is down 6-0, and that's, you know, the score indicates that, you know, getting beat up a little bit, but Holly has been doing really well here in this matchup, though, despite the score. And Scamblione is going to get another takedown here. He's in major decision territory now, 8-0. 20 seconds left to go in the third. And looks like Scamblione doesn't really have to do a whole lot here in this closing seconds here, as he has an 8-0 lead. So it looks like he's going to be your Region 1 champion at 138 pounds for 2023. Congratulations to Mateo Scamblione of Montville.
Great job there. You know who else does a great job? Jag 1 Physical Therapy. They offer comprehensive outpatient physical therapy and occupational rehabilitative care for all your recovery needs. Jag 1. And our local sponsors, who I understand we have main page sponsors who are there and they help us out the entire year. But when you have everything going on with what you do, you have to have the local sponsors. A couple of those local sponsors. Jimmy the Barbers. Jimmy the Barbers, your West Milford destination for both classic and modern haircuts. Motorheads. For all your automotive needs, give Motorheads a call. Pequantic Pet Supply. Come visit our pet supply and feed store in West Milford, New Jersey, specializing in quality food, treats, and supplies for cats, dogs, birds, horses, and more. And Frank's Pizza in West Milford. We know how important good Italian food is for you. That's why each recipe begins with the freshest ingredients and our commitment to quality. A family-friendly dining experience. Frank's Pizza, West Milford. West Milford Thai. West Milford Thai sells the highest quality of authentic Thai food to eat in or take out. The chef is Thai and has over 40 years experience of cooking Thai food. For the best authentic experience in the area, give them a Thai. I like that. It's a little pun I did there. State Farm, Top Ziegabald Agency. 27th year as an agent, local to West Milford. They offer personal price plan for car, home, renters, business, and life insurance. His team will always strive to provide customers remarkable service and make you feel like a family. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Smoke Shack, fast casual barbecue, voted one of the best sandwiches in New Jersey, in Pompton Lakes, and soon to reopen a renovated location in West Milford. Smoke Shack. And I'm a fat guy, so I know food. And our main sponsors, the Harrington Companies, construction, recycling, landscaping for all your renovation needs. Their sponsorship to help us upgrade to these beautiful cameras and the view you see. It almost makes you feel like you're here. And Champion Athletes, Dan Warnikoff. Sports nutrition programs are some of the most successful in the country. Athletes and non-athletes come to see him to help get healthier and better. Dan Warnikoff, Champion Athletes. And Apex, founded in 2002, operating for over 20 years. 4 facilities, North, South, Central, West Jersey, and 1 in Manhattan right next to Madison Square Garden. Founded and owned by New Jersey wrestling legend Damian Logan and his childhood friend Dane Tabano. Hall of Fame alumni include Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashdale, Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club, because you're more than just a wrestler. Now we are going to head here as they're trying to fix the clock situation again down there.
Third time.
We're going to go to 144. Jeremy Gozada, a junior from Dumont, 25-3, versus Giannis Charles, a junior from St. Joe's Montville, 19-4.
The battle of the juniors.
And you know what I've noticed, kind of seeing these guys wrestle so far? They got a little funk. They're kind of 2 funky wrestlers out there who are out there on the mat, you know?
And that's always the best way to do it. Like to put some funk in, put a show on for everybody.
100%.
That's the best way of wrestling for sure.
Thank you for joining us. We're coming to you live from West Milford High School as GardenStateHSWrestling.com, the Harrington Companies, and Champion Athletes present the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Region 1 Wrestling Championships. Donald J. Brower here with James Clarke. We're at the 144 bout. Just started. Beautiful pickup and dump by Charles there.
Yeah, he leads this one 2-0.
That was an interesting maneuver, too, because it almost looked like as they were wrestling, Quesada kind of came in and was looking for something. And basically they said, nope, ain't happening.
And he's also had a good day, too, Quesada, as he was able to beat the top seed of Loudon Mazzeo of Emerson Park Ridge in the semifinals.
Yeah, he's had a really good tournament. He would be if this was any other tournament and he would have won this, he would have to be under consideration for an OW of some sort.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go in and you beat an undefeated wrestler in the semis, that's definitely OW worthy, in my opinion, or at least to be in that consideration. As Charles does lead this one 4-1 as he gets another takedown, as he is going to try to as they are trying to get some sort of a pin working there, as he does have a tight waist going on there, is Charles. Tight waist there. Now we're trying to grab onto that elbow there is Charles. But Quasado trying to keep his base, as you can see here, being down 4-1.
You know what is interesting, too, when you look at Charles, he's a part of that St. Joe Montvale team who scored a huge upset down in Rutgers in the non-public A championships. But you have to realize, too, what a lot of people don't realize for the most part is, imagine the kids he's wrestling with. A Scambione who's in the finals. You got him in there, so they're going to be matching up in there. A DeBella who's in the finals at 150. If you want to mess around, you could even go up. And A.J. DiGiovanni, who's a freshman. There's a lot of really good wrestlers, and, it's cliche, iron sharpens iron. So, it's one of those, and, how they do. I think he's maybe got poked in the eye, maybe.
He was indicating a little bit with his eyes. I was squinted a little bit.
Maybe a contact, it looked like, for a second there. It made just the way, but he waved it off. He's ready to go.
It always hurts when you get poked in the eyes. Just ask the Three Stooges. They've done that before.
You're really big on those Three Stooges.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You see me post them all the time on Facebook and have friends that like them, so.
Speaking now with Three Stooges, people ask me all the time what I think of you as far as a commentator.
Really?
Yeah, you would be the Joe Besser of our.
Joe Besser, that's the worst one of them all. No offense to Joe Besser or anything, but I'm more. I kind of like to consider. You're definitely Mo for sure, but I would probably consider myself either Shemp because my hair does get a little flappy all over the place, or I have the personality of Curly.
My wife tells me I'm more Curly, so you might be Larry. You just get abused.
Well, I do like Larry, too. He's the quiet one, but he's the smartest one of them all.
Well, the other problem, too, is your hair is going like Larry. So it could be just joking.
Hey, you're not the first one that has told me that as Charles gets another takedown.
6-1 here.
And he just lets him go there, makes it 6-2 with 20 seconds left to go in the second. And both wrestlers, I think they're just content. They're just kind of not really doing anything, no more action here. I think they're content to take this into the third.
I mean, you look at it from Charles' point of view, he's in control. So, I mean, he could look, Mike, we get a late takedown here? Nope. I thought he might have been sneaking around there.
It was very close there, but only a few more seconds. Someone would have gotten a takedown. And Quasado's going to go underneath to start the third period.
I mean, he has to.
Got to get something going here. And bottom's the best way to do it.
I don't know, though, because now I'm thinking about it, like when you think about his ability so far, Charles has kind of been on control on top. So it's almost like, do you want to alternate and, you got to kind of throw caution to the wind. Think maybe you can get on top and go for a tilt of some sort. You get that. Realistically, what does 1 point mean difference if Charles winds up getting out? You're going to be in the same situation you're in anyway.
Unless if they think
and he lets him go.
Yeah, unless if they could have thought anything would have happened. But, yeah, no, that's true. I mean, as far as going top or going neutral, I mean, neutral he's getting beat to the punch here and there, but could have definitely tried something on top and see what could have happened there. Never know. You could catch someone from the top position. And, ooh, that was nice there a little bit. Shot attempt there from Charles, but nothing doing there. Feel each other out as both wrestlers. Head taps there, which is something that you usually see quite a bit in wrestling with some head taps and stutter steps.
I haven't seen a ton of that today. If you think about it, realistically, have we? As Charles gets another takedown here.
He lets him go. It makes it 8-4. See if we can try and get something doing here with Charles maintaining control for most of this match here. but nothing against Quezado by any means. Did a great job to get here to the finals today, so he's definitely got nothing to hang his head over. He's going to states. He can celebrate this weekend, get back to work on Monday.
100%. You know, that's the one thing. You're going to give it all. You'd like to win. I mean, nobody's saying you wouldn't like to win as a first, you know, as a region, but you're going in. You're going to be down in Atlantic City this Thursday.
And that's something more than enough to really be proud of, for sure.
Great takedown there by Charles. Going to make it 10-4. Good, buddy.
And that is the score, 10-4.
See what I did there?
I did. You and I have a lot more in common than you think.
No, never say that again. Your champion at 144, Giannis Charles, St. Joe Montville. We're going to head to the 150 bout. Frank DeBella, a junior from St. Joe's Montville, 16-6, versus Ben Garcia, a junior from Don Bosco Prep, 25-8.
All right, and the wrestlers are both underway here. And Garcia also had a nice win in the semifinals where he beat Bryce Coesville from Kittatinny, who is also wrestling in the 5th, 6th place matchup by a score of 7-3 that we did see earlier today.
Yeah, this is an interesting weight because when you talk about certain kids getting down the states, there's some really good kids in this bracket.
DeBella is definitely one of them for sure.
DeBella, Garcia, like you said, Coesveld, who's wrestling for 5th. You got Walker from Lakeland Regional, who's over there wrestling for 3rd against Waka from Pascack Hills. I mean, this is easily one of those weights where some of them you may not see it, but this is one of those weights that you look at and could easily be like a 5, 6, 7 deep type weight.
Yeah, it's definitely, usually these middle weights and the little bit of the lower weights are definitely the most deep and the most competitive for sure. We have a little bit of arm drag there for Garcia and DeBella. Almost a shot attempt there from DeBella. A little bit of leaning on the head there. Now they're feeling each other out. Little stutter step there from DeBella. A little bit of hand fighting there too. And some sliding too as well from DeBella. 30 seconds left to go in the first period. A little bit of leaning on the head there from Garcia.
Now the action kind of picks up here with like 20 seconds left.
Definitely.
It's so interesting though. Like that's what it takes. Like it's like you see the clock and you're like, oh.
And now DeBella is going to get in, but nicely defended so far from Garcia. Near a takedown is DeBella. He should be almost near it.
He might not have enough time.
Nope, and that's going to be the end of the first period.
Now you wonder with that last 20 seconds of action, why wasn't that going on earlier?
They wanted to save the best for the end. And now we got the choice for, I believe it is Garcia's choice. He's going to go bottom. And DeBella is going to try and go back on top and see what he can do. And now we'll see if we get to see a lot of action from the mat.
To me, I think I like DeBella. I like Garcia. I think this is, and as I'm not going to say a word. I was going to say I think this is going to be a match that goes along, and he keeps almost trying to throw him to his back. So I'm not going to open my mouth, and you know it's better to let people think you're stupid than open your mouth and prove you are.
You don't want to jinx anything.
100%. And I'm the ultimate jinx. I've realized that.
I think we all are in some ways. Score is still 0-0. Minute 25 left to go there, and you know, nicely done there by DeBella, but this one's going to be stopped for potentially dangerous. And right away is Garcia back to the center of the mat on the bottom position with DeBella trying to reset from top. I'm not sure if the fans really liked that was a potentially dangerous call, but again, that's the official's call, and that's what they make. So trying to lift back up is DeBella. Nice mat return there for DeBella. Now he has control of that arm. See if he can try and run an arm bar there if he is able to. And trying to grab his own wrist is Garcia. And a crossface there thrown in by DeBella. almost trying to throw in a leg there was DeBella. And, ooh, a little bit of a scramble there and trying to just flip each other out. It's like,
Gotta watch
a little
the defensive
crazy.
pin here.
And that's why we always stress the fact of doing neck rolls before a match, as Garcia's got him on his back.
He's got the reversal, and he's got him rolling towards his back. Great job by DeBella to get to his stomach. It's going to be 5-0 here, it looks like.
I think so. It's going to be stopped there for 3 near fall. Now we're going to get some blood time there for DeBella. And that was definitely exciting there again, just like there was in the first period. Slow in the beginning. The excitement picks up.
If you want to get really excited this offseason, follow us on our social medias at GardenStateHSWrestling.com on Facebook, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, and like and subscribe us on YouTube. You get all our updates when we do our podcast. I'm going to be doing 3 podcasts down in States for Thursday, Friday, and a wrap-up, and then we're going to have interviews with all the medalists, both boys and girls. Girls will be first and second, whoever places there. And then we're also going to be doing our year-end awards. We're going to have an all-Passaic team. We're going to have an all-Morris team. We're going to have an all-Huntington Warren Sussex team. We'll be releasing those and going to be doing the reveals for that. And those will be my predictions. I usually defer to some of the coaches, but those will be mine. So if you don't like how your kid finished, call and yell at me. I don't mind arguing. And if you want us to come out and cover your stuff next year, we have limited spots available. But click that admin at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Send us your information. We'll see what we can do. We'll come out with the crew, commentary. We'll do it with high-definition cameras, live stream, and it's not expensive. People tell me all the time they're worried how much it costs. I will handle it. Trust me. It's not expensive at all. Other people who have services try to charge an arm and a leg and rip you off and give you half the coverage. We don't do that. Don't listen to the goof. Go to the guy with the proof. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. What started as a hobby is now my career. As we're here, back still working a little bit on the blood. It looks like he might have bit his lip there. They're taping him up, cleaning him up a little bit. 5-0. Garcia leads.
And we'll see if we can get any more excitement here from the last 20 seconds in the second period from both wrestlers. And DeBella stands at a Granby there. Nice Granby by DeBella. But Garcia doing a nice job keeping his hips in line as both wrestlers go out of bounds. DeBella gets himself set. Now Garcia is also going to get himself set, going back on top. And split there from Garcia. Trying to bring him back down to the mat. He's got to watch himself a little bit because he was getting a little high. Now he's got the claw, bring him back down, and DeBella just Granbying all over the mat. And they go out of bounds. 3 seconds left to go in the second period, and Garcia has a 5-0 lead. They're going to get set here yet again. And Garcia holds on to the legs there. He's going to ride out the rest of the period as he has a 5-0 lead over DeBella from St. Joe's Montvale. This is going to be DeBella's choice. He's going to go defense. Now we're going to see what he can do from the defensive position. He's already down 5-0.
You almost wonder if you go for a reversal here, which it seems like he was aiming for.
He was, and, you know, close enough to it, but see if he can get something there, but nothing's going to happen, and maintains control for Garcia.
But now all he's sort of giving up is his legs there, so now Garcia has good position if he wants to try to work something. But as I say that, once again.
Hey, don't jinx yourself. Don't do it.
DeBella's up here, just going to spin.
He's got control of the whizzer. Has control of the legs still. And DeBella grabbing through the legs. Nice awkward position there from both wrestlers.
Well, I think that Garcia's still in control. He's got that ankle. And this is working in his favor, too, because, I mean, he's up 5-0.
And it's going to be stopped for potentially dangerous.
That was close a couple times, I thought.
Very close. And now both wrestlers will get themselves set up yet again. We have the third period. We have 1:05 left.
Also, congratulations, as we said, to Walker from Lakeland and Waka from Pascack Hills for qualifying for states. They finished 4-3 respectively. We're at the championship match here. Garcia's got a nice headlock. See, oh, I waved it off. Wow.
Almost looked like he had a 2 count there, a quick 2 count, and then he waved it off.
Yeah, I saw that. It looked very. I've seen some quick 2 counts today.
Me too. Me too. As he does have control of that leg still now. DeVella's got to do something here. He's got 30 seconds left to go. Got to get something going here, but grabbing that head there is Garcia, and he's just driving through into it.
Garcia's in great position right here.
Definitely. There's not much left he really needs to do. If he holds on here, he's going to win.
And I think he's going to.
So congratulations to Garcia from Don Bosco.
3rd seed beating the 2nd seed and 1st seed to win the region.
And there you go. Congratulations.
Now we're going to head to the 157 bout.
An all-local final coming up here.
Well, depending on where you live, the local Sussex County final. Thank you, sir.
I'm from that area, or near that area.
Taylor Sibley's, from a senior from Newton, undefeated 27-0 versus Ethan Dalling, a sophomore from Kittatinny, 32-1.
So this should be a really good final here, I think. Both wrestlers who know each other very well, both teams who know each other very well, and the coaching staff too. So this one should really be exciting. As we see Taylor Sibley's, his older brother Josh, who is one of the assistant coaches for Newton. And he's already quick in on a takedown there, but nicely defended by Dalling.
And you know these guys have had to seen each other.
Oh, most definitely. They're local guys. They know each other very well. Both teams, the coaches, everything. And Sibley's, he's going to get the takedown. He leads it 2-0. And Dalling, one of the best wrestlers for Kittatinny. His brother was a state medalist from 2 years ago who graduated last year.
And he was a medalist last year as well. He went down the states last year. He qualified.
Yeah, his older brother was a state medalist. I think he took 8th, I want to say, at 152 2 years ago. It was the COVID year.
Yes.
And then their father was a 2-time state champion for Kittatinny. And then the Sibley's family, great tradition of wrestling for them too. Having the brother Josh, the father Ted, as one of the assistant coaches.
What are you running the family tree over here?
Yeah. If you know that area very well, you know Newton very well.
Oh, yeah.
They've had a great tradition of wrestling over the years. And now he's got to try to snap there. His Sibley's, we got 2-1 here, as Dalling does get the escape. And a nice takedown there.
A bull rush ankle pick, if you want to call it there.
A bull rush. It wasn't even a double leg there.
No, it was like an ankle pick bull rush. You just bummed him up, and when he leaned back, you grabbed his ankle, dropped him. It's a great maneuver there.
He leads this one 4-1 now. Got 15 seconds left to go in the first. And driving that head lever there is Sibley's. And Dalling just kind of leaning there a little bit, just making sure nothing else does happen here, as we are closing out of the first period with a 4-1 lead for Taylor Sibley's of Newton. The flip of the coin goes to, as finally falls, goes to Sibley's.
Interesting flip.
Sibley's choice. He's going to go bottom.
Again, thank you for joining us today at the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Region 1 Wrestling Champions presented by GardenStateHSWrestling.com, Champion Athlete Sport Nutrition, and the Harrington Companies, the official season sponsors of our coverage here the entire season. Donald J. Brower here with James Clarke. We are at the 157 bout. Taylor Sibley's is up 5-1.
And the aggression there, Sibley's trying to bring it back right to the center of the mat. Dalling's also got to get something going here too, with the Sibley's in control of this match. He's leading at 5-1. He's got to get himself going here, too, as he does get a little stutter step going there. It's almost like they're actually both kind of wrestling similarly, just with the way they're having their hands face in front of them. It's kind of cool.
Oh, I'm sure they've had some similar coaches.
Definitely. And a takedown for Sibley's.
Run it to 7-1 here. They've qualified for states as well as in the third place matchup. Gustavo Alarcon from Don Bosco Prep and James DeCanto from North Warren will both make the trip down to Atlantic City.
And DeCanto, also a nice wrestler, too, from North Warren.
It'll be interesting to see because these guys actually met in the quarterfinals, the third place match. That's take away from the championship. And it was a sudden victory one where Alcaron won 2-1. So
my goodness.
So I mean, these are guys. This happens when people lose early and wrestle back. They meet up. So see what we could do here. Not really sure the score down there since they don't have a scoreboard up.
Yeah, who knows? Now it's a mystery. Well, from this side of the gym at least.
I don't know. I don't even see what anything's lit up there unless they have some sort of board in the front.
They probably do somewhere, I would think, but who knows? The Sibley's has 30 seconds left in the second period. He leads this one 7-1 over Ethan Dowling. And Dowling's got to get himself going here as Sibley's is just manhandling the situation. Just doing a nice job. Head lever there thrown in by Sibley's. Almost thought that was the end of that period, but still got 5 seconds left to go.
The buzzer got us.
And after two, Taylor Sibley's of Newton. He's going to lead this one 7-1. Now we're going into Dowling's choice.
The buzzer got us.
And he's going to go neutral. Got to do something here if you're Ethan Dowling.
Got to push the pace.
Most definitely. Got to do something. Trying to go in on a shot there. Sibley is just picking up that leg there from Dowling. Nicely defended there, trying to lift up yet again. Out of bounds.
Nice attempt at a throw there on the edge, but saw what Dowling was going for there. Sibley's just had too much of a base, though.
Definitely. Now they're going back to the center of the mat as both wrestlers head taps a little bit, little stutter steps. Like I said, the way their hands are, they're facing upward like that. That's definitely one of the best ways of wrestling stances.
Now I'm noticing the head tap more than you said it now. You mentioned it now. I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. And now you got a little bit of head leaning there from Sibley's and some wrist control from Dowling. Just got to be careful here that nothing crazy happens if you're Sibley's, who's leading 7-1 with a minute left.
I don't think he's been hit with a stalling of any kind. What am I talking about? He doesn't need to stall. He just goes in with a nice ankle pick takedown.
I don't think either wrestler has been called for stalling in this one.
You know who I realized I am? Did you ever watch A Bronx Tale?
Can't say I have.
It's a movie with Robert De Niro, and there's a guy they call him Mush, because no matter who he bets on, that's how he always winds up losing, even if they're winning, and I'm Mush.
And I like those kind of movies, because I know the title of it, I've heard of what it's about before, and those are the kind of movies I do like to see. So, date night, that'll be a movie.
Check it out.
That'll be for date night for sure.
Try that or Animal House. I'm sure you've never seen that.
Well, definitely Animal House I have seen before. That's a classic. Any National Lampoon movie is a classic.
And a movie I'm sure you've never, ever seen, Vision Quest.
No, that I can't say I haven't seen that one. I've not seen that one yet.
You need to. It's really good. As Taylor Sibley's is your champion at 157 with a 9-2 victory. If you want to be a winner, follow us on social media. Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter, at GardenStateHSW. On Instagram, at Garden State HS Wrestling. And like and subscribe and follow us for all our upcoming footage, our podcasts, everything we do, any type of content we put up, get notified when it happens. And you want to help us out too? Visit our sponsors. The sponsors. You know the sponsors? The ones that help us come here. The main sponsors. Harrington Companies, construction, recycling, landscaping for all your renovation needs. Their sponsorship to help us upgrade to these high-def cameras. It makes you almost feel like you're here. You got to watch and make sure the action doesn't come in your room like at North 1 Group 5 where the cameraman went right through almost my wife's camera. Right in, he was so close. But Harrington Companies, thank you so much. Champion Athletes, sports nutrition programs are the most successful programs in the country. Athletes from all over the country use Dan Warnikoff for his great knowledge. Champion Athletes. Apex Wrestling, founded in 2002, operating over 20 years. 4 facilities in New Jersey spanning the whole state, North, South, Central, West Jersey, and 1 right next to MSG. Founded by New Jersey wrestling legend Damian Logan and his childhood friend Dane Tabano, Hall of Fame alumni include NJSIAA champions Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashnault, and Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club because you're more than just a wrestler, and JAG 1. JAG 1 Physical Therapy offers comprehensive outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy services. For all your recovery needs, JAG 1. And most importantly, our local sponsors, because they're one of the big reasons that help us put this on and be able to maintain everything. Jimmy the Barbers. Jimmy the Barbers, your West Milford destination for both classic and modern haircuts. Motorheads, for all your automotive needs, give Motorheads a call. Pequannock Pet Supply. Come visit our pet supply and feed store in West Milford, New Jersey, specializing in quality food, treats, and supplies for cats, dogs, birds, horses, and more. Frank's Pizza. We know how important good Italian food is for you. This is why each recipe begins with the freshest ingredients in our commitment to quality. Frank's Pizza West Milford, a family-friendly dining experience. State Farm, Tom Ziegenbalg Agency, 27 years as an agent, local to West Milford. They offer a personal price plan for car, home, renters, business, and life insurance. His team will strive to make and provide customers with remarkable service so you're a part of the family. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Smoke Shack, casual barbecue. Fast casual barbecue. Voted one of the best sandwiches in New Jersey. Located conveniently in Pompton Lakes, while the renovations on their West Milford location are undergoing. It is a great place to grab a good sandwich. Trust me, I'm fat, I wouldn't lie to you. Smoke Shack sandwiches. Getting ready here to start as we are just finishing up here on the 3-4-5-6 match. As we said, Taylor Sibley's is your champion at 157. Darling is second, and we're just waiting to see how Gustavo Alarcon and James Acunto are the other ones. So we'll see how that matches up. But we're going to head to the 165. So we're waiting here. We got a few more seconds. We're in overtime on the 5-6 match. I'm not really sure on the other ones. 165. Ryan Burton, a sophomore from St. Joe's Montvale, the leader of the Pork Chop Express. That's an inside joke. It's about Big Trouble Little China. He didn't get the reference. His mom did. It was very funny. To me, it was anyway. And Ray Cohan, a senior from Pascack Valley, 35-1. We're just waiting for that to get finished up over here. So it looks like Alarcon has DeCunto in a position for back points. Looks like he most likely is going to win third place. And then Shane Wolf is your fifth place from High Point in the region at 165. So now we're heading to 165. I don't know why he just ducked. He ducked and then stood right up in front of the camera. Like I noticed that. Like it wasn't even really a duck. Like watch. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind, but like make the effort.
And here we go. 165-pound weight class here for Region 1. And the match is underway.
Burton in the old gold and green.
And Pascack Valley Cohen in the green and yellow singlet.
Well, that's new gold and green versus old gold and green, I think.
Yeah, could be. I'm not exactly colorblind, but it does look a little yellow, but I can see where you can say it's gold.
Just follow me along, kid.
Oh, of course. That's what I always do. I always respect my elders.
I'm not that much older than you, pal.
21 years difference.
Listen, this elder will take you outside for a walk around the building. One of us come back.
Yeah, definitely.
It might not be you.
Hey, those guys are in tip-top shape.
2-0 Burton leads here. He's going to let him up, 2-1.
And Cohen on a shot there. See if he can try and finish it, but defended off there is Burton.
Burton was a freshman last year at DePaul. Transferred to St. Joe's Montvale this year.
It seems to work out really well for him being here with a loaded team that he's got.
He had a good year last year for DePaul. Just he wanted to move on, and he did. So another takedown by Burton, and he rides up. Looks like he's got a half there. Might get some backs here.
And see if he can try and get some back points if he's able to.
Cohen got the elbow out and posted it, so he's going to have to reset there.
4-1 our score here with Burton. We've got 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Trying to break down the base and trying to turk him back a little bit is Burton. Less than 15 seconds left to go in the first with Burton holding a 4-1 lead. And we'll see if we can try and get something going here as we're approaching the end of the first period. And after one period, we've got Burton that has a 4-1 lead over Conan of Pascack Valley. Cohen. That's what I heard.
Cohen, that's what I said.
Yep.
Cohen.
Yeah.
How dare you, sir?
Had to make sure that we were both, one of us was correct. We have neutral here. It's 4-2 now after the escape, or the cut at least. And Burton, and on a takedown, he's got some back points coming there.
Just bum rush him. Now he's hooking that half. Now I think he's just got to settle here. Just his position.
Yeah.
I think he's got him.
He does.
He gets the pin. Great job by Ryan Burton. I haven't seen him beat somebody that quick since they beat Lopan in Big Trouble in Little China. I'm sorry. I had to do all my puns.
Of course.
I'm like a hacky comedian from the Catskills.
Hey, that's what makes you funny, right?
Well, to some people. Other people, when I make my jokes, call the state and complain about me.
Can't wait to see what we have at the 175-pound class here for Region 1.
Well, I know who the participants are going to be at 175. Going to have Rocco Delegata from St. Joe Montvale. You're going to hear me saying St. Joe Montvale a lot, just so you know.
Yeah, I knew that already before even coming here today.
Versus Jimmy Dolan from Pequannock.
Another solid wrestler in his own right, whose father was used to be the head coach over at Roxbury.
And then now, before we move on to the 175 with that, 165 also advancing in addition to Burton and Coham are Jeremy Pittock from Tenafly and Michael Fucilli from Don Bosco Prep. So congratulations to those guys for moving on. As you saw on my camera, you see the little boy they've had helping them at Pequannock. They have a kid that they help. He's a young little boy. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Coach Gopaglia. I apologize. I got confused there for a second. I thought they let a little boy help with the team. My fault. I apologize. I didn't realize that was him. I get confused. He's so short.
So this should be a good final here. Jimmy Dolan, who has had a nice season himself this year.
By the way, before people complain about that, I've known Coach Gopaglia for 14 years. We're friendly. So his team, he knows we bust each other's chops.
Just like how Don and I do all the time here, too.
No, I actually like him.
Oh. He just brings me along for the ride.
You walked into that one.
And that third and fourth place match over there should be getting to the end of the wire there.
Good matchup, too. Be nice if I knew a score.
It would be. And then we're watching over here on the sixth place match over here. We have the rematch from District 4 of Joseph DiBiase from Jefferson and Joey Lutriello from Wayne Hills, which ended up being a Wrestler of the Week from last week from Don of Joe DiBiase, thanks to me.
You were. It's DiBiase. Get it right, sir.
DiBiase.
The $1 Million Man. No, you mentioned, we talked about this because a couple people had asked me, you were really impressed by his performance up there. And, that's what a lot of times our OWs do. It's, you want to get recognized for guys who, you always know who the OW is going to be, but if he has a great tournament and you thought he deserved it, I went with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he really did put on a heck of a show right at the end there that just proves that you just can never stop wrestling. And he was the definition of that, of not stopping to wrestle.
Well, if you want to talk about a heck of a show, you want to talk about heck of a renovation, you want to talk about heck of a recycling company, heck of a landscape company, the Harrington Companies, construction, recycling, and landscaping, for all your renovation needs. Also, a personal thank you. Their sponsorship allowed us to upgrade to these high-definition cameras you see. It's made a world of difference. Thank you so much to the Harrington Companies. Champion Athletes, Dan Warnikoff. Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition Programs are some of the most successful programs in the country. Athletes from all over the country have been coming into their office or using online programs to help them achieve their goals. Be one of them today. Sign up at championathletes.com. Apex Wrestling School, founded in 2002, operating for over 20 years. 4 New Jersey training facilities located in New Jersey. I don't know why I redundantly said New Jersey twice. North, South, Central, and West Jersey, and 1 right next to Madison Square Garden. Founded and owned by New Jersey wrestling legend Damian Logan and his childhood friend and University of Michigan teammate, Dane Tabano. Hall of Fame alumni include NCAA champions Nick Soriano, Anthony Ashnell, and Shane Griffith. The Apex Wrestling School, more than just a wrestling club, because you're more than just a wrestler. And Jag One Physical Therapy, offering comprehensive outpatient physical and occupational therapy needs for all your recovery. Jag One. And our local sponsors. These are the most important people because they're the ones who have come through to help us get every little thing we need covered today. Jimmy the Barbers, your West Milford destination for both classic and modern haircuts. Jimmy the Barbers. Motorheads, for all your automotive needs, give Motorheads a call. Pequannock Pet Supply. Come visit our pet supply and feed store in West Milford, New Jersey, specializing in quality food, treats, and supplies for cats, dogs, birds, horses, and more. Frank's Pizza, West Milford. We know how important good Italian food is for you. That's why each recipe begins with the freshest ingredients and our commitment to quality. A friendly family dining experience. Frank's Pizza. State Farm Tom Zingabald Agency. 27 years as an agent. Located in West Milford. They offer a personal price plan for car, home, renters, business, and life insurance. His team will always strive to provide customers with remarkable service and make you feel like you're a part of the family. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Smoke Shack, fast casual barbecue. Voted one of the best sandwiches in New Jersey. In Pompton Lakes, and renovating their location in West Milford. Smoke Shack.
As we're approaching the end, I think.
I don't know.
I know this one over here should be over, I think.
You know what'll get you over with me? Social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter at GardenStateHSW. At Garden State HS Wrestling on Instagram and on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Follow us for all our upcoming podcasts, all the material, and all the content you could see. And if you want us to come out and cover you next year, send us an email, admin at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We'll bring the crew. We'll bring everybody. We'll film it. We'll make you guys feel like you should be for wrestling. It's not expensive. Send me some emails for some dates and rates. Remember, other goofs try to overcharge. So why go with a goof when I deliver the proof? GardenStateHSWrestling.com. What started as a hobby is now my business. We're going to head to the 175 final. Rocco Delegata, sophomore from St. Joe's Montvale, 31-7, versus Jimmy Dolan, a senior from Pequannock, 28-4. Dolan in quick on an ankle. You want to know another little factoid? Another fun factoid?
I love hearing your fun
well,
facts.
I have 2 factoids.
Oh, there you go.
So here are the 2. First, do you want to guess who Rocco works with? Dan Warnikoff.
Ah, I should have known that one already.
I set that up. Second, do you know that Dolan last year actually wrestled Michael Delegata in the region finals?
No kidding.
And now he's wrestling the younger brother.
Oh, there you go. So this should be a nice matchup here for both the wrestlers. And I did also mention earlier that Jimmy Dolan's father was a head coach of Roxbury for a lot of years and had a successful run as a head coach there with Roxbury. Now his son, who is a senior for Pequannock, has had a nice career for Pequannock overall, I feel like.
Yeah, very solid. One of the better ones in that school. So always competing, always in these big moments. You know, personally, you know, here in the senior year, I'd love for him to get down the states and medal. I think that'd be huge for him. And you know, as we said, his father being a former coach at Roxbury, you know, that's got to be a personal milestone, because when you're a coach, obviously you want your kids to win. I'm not that, but when it's your kid, literally, you know, you'd love to have that feeling as a father and see what the other side is, because you know what the feeling is as a coach, but to be there as your own son and see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely, and that's always something meaningful when it's your own kid. And you know, we've seen that over the years with coaches versus kids, or kids having their fathers as coaches and everything. It's a very meaningful moment for them.
Going in.
And out of bounds.
Wow. Dolan's being aggressive here. You know, not that I haven't expected, but he's being very aggressive here.
He's upping his game for sure. Knowing what's at stake here, knowing the opponent that he's wrestling and the school he's wrestling against. So.
And you have to figure, especially with Dolan going into his senior year, he wants that region title. He wants to be a region champ. He wants to go down and be one of the top seeds at this weight. Get, you know, potentially an easier draw to kind of get closer so you don't have to wrestle back so much. So, you know, I think it's very much on Dolan here, you know, with what he's doing.
Most definitely, and this is a big moment for him his senior year. He definitely would like to try to get the region title here for sure.
Delgado reaching back, trying for the trip, going for two.
And just slip behind there. He does have control now, and he will get the reversal to make it 2-0 over Dolan.
Was gonna let Dolan up a little bit, but just kind of open up there.
And let's see if he can try and work something here, as he is trying to work for something. He is on, now he's working to the side, is Delegata. Now trying to throw in that leg there, blocked off from Dolan. Now we'll see if they try to stand up here, but it looks like it could be a stalemate if neither one improves their position. Now Delgado has that leg thrown in, crossface.
It's an interesting position you're in too here, because realistically, Dolan's down 2-0, but if he gets up here, he'll be down 2-1 going in the third, and then he chooses bottom. It's a tied matchup, you know, so he's got to understand that and not give up a tilt here of any kind. He wants to work to his base and just kind of get everything set.
As we say that, he is getting back to his base there, but Delgado has the control of that wrist. He lets go of it. Now he's trying to lock up a cradle with the leg still thrown in there. He's getting a little high. Dolan has control now of that ankle, so.
And I actually just noticed, if you look over Coach Lopaglia's shoulder, the person waving their arms is former Coach Dolan, his father.
Yes, absolutely. Got under 30 seconds left to go. We're almost at the 20-second mark in the second period with Delgado holding a 2-0 lead. Dolan stands.
I think it's imperative for Dolan to get out here.
Most definitely he has to. He was trying to get a Granby there, but really at that point he should have just tried to get that one, not worry about the reversal.
He's going to get bunched up here. I think I agree with you. Should have just went for the one, not try to go for the two.
And that's going to be into 2 periods with Delgado holding a 2-0 lead.
Dolan's going to take down here. I think his coaches were telling him maybe you want to go neutral here.
I would have thought neutral would have been the best decision for him, but if he feels like he can confidently get out from bottom, he's going to have to do it. He's got 2 more minutes to make something happen.
He's got to be quick, too. I mean, he was just held down after a reversal. Puzzling.
2-0 our score with Delgado. Now he's throwing in that leg yet again. And we'll see if he can do anything, but Delgado just doing what he can. He's just maintaining the control there, having that control. Now he's 1 count, that's all. There's no back points there. Now he splits those legs. He has the crossface thrown in there a little bit. He wants to try to tilt him back. And we'll see if he can, but nothing doing there for Delegata. Putting pressure on that head. We're already almost at the 1 minute mark here, so Dolan has to get something going here, and he has got to do it quick.
I mean, he's gonna have to try to go for a reversal here of some sort. I mean, unless he thinks he can get out quick and take down. That's what I was talking about. He wasn't held for a few minutes in the second. He was held a good amount of time down on his,
He was, and seeing that reversal happen pretty early in the second period is what really did it. So he needs to be able to do something here. He's got to look for a reversal to tie this one and go into overtime. Got about less than 30 seconds left to go in the third period with Delegata holding a 2-0 lead. He has to try to put that pressure on that head there of Dolan. Now we got a stall warning there, the first one for Dolan. Not that it's going to probably mean a whole lot, but just the way that Delegata has been wrestling in this entire bout.
That decision to go down in the third confuses me.
But nope, not enough time.
If he had about 5 more seconds, we would have seen it. But
definitely would have seen something there, but you'll definitely take a look at the film on that and see what you went wrong there.
Now we're going to head to the 190 match here. They're still wrestling on the sides here. I think this is about to start, but the 190 championship, Michael Delegata, a senior from St. Joe's Montvale, 34-3. The man who clinched it against Del Barton for the non-public A championships down at Rutgers, versus Dante DeLuca, a freshman from Don Bosco Prep, 26-11.
And Dante DeLuca, who is the younger brother to Rory DeLuca, who is a wrestler for Hanover Park, and a fine one in his own right.
Rory was actually jumping in to help coach a little bit.
Yeah, we actually did see them earlier this afternoon.
Freight train, as they call him.
And he was a tough wrestler himself, too. Only started when he was in high school and had a nice career for himself.
100%. DeLuca went down a little bit. I think we got some injury here. Did he bang his knee, maybe? I think he banged his knee as he went down.
I think so.
Maybe an ankle? Looking at his ankle a little bit?
I mean, at first he was holding the knee pad, then touching the ankle, so something might have gotten twisted up there a little bit.
Well, before you get twisted up, go to our social medias. On Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Twitter at GardenStateHSW. On Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And like and subscribe on YouTube. You get all updates when we go live with our upcoming stuff, as well as our postseason awards, our stuff we're going to be doing down in States with the podcast, everything we got coming up. We are year-round covering wrestling, so this is your one-stop shop for wrestling when it comes to North Jersey. Back to the action here. Looks like DeLuca's okay.
Which is a good sign for us for sure, because we'll continue to see a nice match. Delegata has control. He has that half thrown in there with reaching back on the arm. Now he has got an R-bar thrown in there.
The DeLucas came over and said hello, being I'm from East Hanover as well. He's saying, because I had covered Rory so much, for the time and everything. So getting a count here. We're gonna get some back points. Gonna be out 3 back points. Did they give him?
I think they're just giving him 2.
2. I thought I saw a 5 swipe, but I might be wrong.
And DeLuca's going right back to the bottom position. We got 1:12 left to go in the first. And both wrestlers get themselves back. Now we'll try to switch him back a little bit. Grabbing wrist control there is Delegata with DeLuca on the bottom. And trying to control that wrist there is Delegata. And DeLuca trying to work up to a base there. He is knee sliding up, which is an important aspect there for wrestling if you're on the bottom position. Got about 45 seconds left to go in the first period. And Delegata, threw in a nice crossface there from Delegata. And it looks like we're going to go out of bounds here any second, I think, and they do.
Right as I move the camera.
Not that a whole lot of action was going on there anyway, but as DeLuca's getting himself set back onto the bottom position, going to try and lean back a little bit. And Delegata getting back on top. Holds a 4-0 lead. 30 seconds left to go in the first. It's interesting for DeLuca to go over to Don Bosco after having family in Hanover Park.
No, I think his father used to go there. So
was it Don Bosco? Interesting.
He enjoys it. So it's. Who am I to question where you send your kid?
No, definitely.
Who are you to question where you send your kid?
That was a question. I just thought it was interesting.
How dare you, sir?
With having Hanover Park blood and Don Bosco, but they're pretty close within one another. Don Bosco and Hanover Park, not too far of a ride.
Yeah, it's not nothing crazy.
Now we got some blood time going on here for Delegata. And they'll try to actually, excuse me, it is DeLuca that has some blood time. I thought it was Delegata at first that did have some blood, but my apologies. We're all human. We're all prone to making mistakes.
You're more than others.
This is true. Very clumsy.
But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today as we are here at the West Milford High School gym as GardenStateHSWrestling.com, Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, and the Harrington Companies present the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Region 1 Wrestling Championships. Donald J. Brower, James Clarke calling the action here. We're at the 190 bout. Michael Delegata leads at the start of the second, 4-0. Looks like he's got a little bit of a bloody nose, just cleaning it up. Cleaning up the hands a little bit. Remember, today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athletes Nutrition, the Harrington Companies, Apex Wrestling School, and Jaguar. They are our main sponsors, and then we have a few local sponsors. Jimmy the Barber, Motorheads, Pequannock Pet Supply, Frank's Pizza in West Milford, State Farm Tom Ziegenbalg Agency, Smoke Shack, and West Milford Tie.
As Delegata stands up, DeLuca holding on to that leg. Now trying to twist him back a little bit. And Delegata gets the reversal to extend this lead 6-0. I think it's unsportsmanlike, I think.
I think so.
So that is a point for DeLuca.
I looked like they were saying he tried punching the arm, chopping the arm to get him down. So,
which does happen from time to time. And both wrestlers get themselves set. We'll see what we can do here with Delegata, 30 seconds into the second. And now we'll see what Delegata can do with being on top of DeLuca, who's only a freshman. And it's going to be stopped for potentially dangerous. And we got some more blood time going on here.
the one thing I like Delegata. Let me preface it with that. He gets a little frustrated, you see, and he's just kind of he's trying to do his stuff, you know, and do what he needs to do. So I think you want to keep the focus and keep him, you know, controlled.
You do, because this is a region match here. You don't want to do anything crazy to get yourself either in trouble or disqualified or anything like that.
Clean up a little blood here.
Which is always something that's a favorite for athletic trainers and referees to clean up. Well, referees don't clean up the blood, but the athletic trainers do. And they're going to cut blood time. Also looks like he is hurting a little bit, I feel like, with that ankle and the knee.
Yeah, but you're not going to, you know, you're going to go out there, you're going to try your best no matter what. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, if you're a wrestler, definitely want to put on the best show you can.
The other thing he's got to be careful with, too, and this isn't to take anything away from them or anything they do, but you also got to make sure you're careful about this weekend. We were talking about it before with, sometimes if your ankle's a little bothering you, boom, boom, you don't want to go out there and do anything stupid.
No, you don't. It's a very crucial weekend, and especially if you're a senior, too. You want to make this last road to AC the best that you can.
100%.
And wrestling gets back to action with Delegado on top, 6-1. And giving credit to what DeLuca is doing as a freshman for Don Bosco, Don Bosco themselves has a bright future with these young wrestlers they have.
Going to get 2 back points for Delegado there. Going to make it 10-1 if my math is correct.
It's the scoreboard does say 8-1 there.
I thought he gave the 2, unless I thought he gave 2 there.
Mm-hmm. He did give 2 back points there because it was 6-1 before, and
You're
it did
trying
give
to show
2
me
back
up
points.
there,
So.
huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Keep it up. Keep it up. See if you're on the crowd next year.
That's definitely my biggest accomplishment. So we got 45 seconds left to go in the second.
I'm only running 9 things as we're doing it, so back there and just listen and talk. I'll edit that out so you never hear it again.
Sounds good. 30 seconds left to go in the second.
Delegado with the flip and gets the pin.
Nice job there by Michael Delegado. Congratulations.
Going to head to the 215 weight class. .215, Aiden Schlett, a junior from St. Joe's Montvale, 26-8 versus Alejandro Camarena, a senior from Pascack Hills, 39-5.
So another good St. Joe's Montvale matchup here.
And you know who we got in the heavyweight?
Jimmy Mullen,
yeah,
of course. It was definitely the best for St. Joe's Montvale for sure. Well, one of the best at least, because they have a lot of talented wrestlers in their own right. As the action's getting ready to get set here. We're already down to the last 2 weight classes, 215 and 285.
We're running through this.
And here we go. And here we go. Action going here. A little bit of head tap. Now, front headlock there. Now we got the single leg there from Schlett. And, almost there, but Alejandro able to get that takedown out of that there. Nicely done.
It's a way to keep wrestling.
They do. Never stop wrestling. As he leads this one 2-0.
I don't know. A couple times I've been told, by people for you, please stop wrestling. Usually it was your coaches telling you that after practices.
Hey, listen, if you're the coaches, you want to try to wrestle the full 6 minutes. That's what we were always taught. If you're gonna lose, don't get pinned. We had some good wrestlers over the years over at Hackettstown that knew not to get pinned.
Unfortunately, you weren't one of them. No, I'm kidding.
Well, after my sophomore year where I got sick and everything like that is when my wrestling career kind of went down on a downward spiral. So we got 2-1 as our score here for Alejandro. And now Schlett trying to get in on a single there, a low single at least. And nicely sprawled there by Alejandro.
Powering up and through. Oh, nice way to get out of it by Alejandro.
And out of bounds they go. 31 seconds left to go in the first period. Back to the center of the mat they go. Have some head pressure there from both wrestlers. And we see now we got a shot there, the shot attempt from Alejandro. And Schlett trying to do what he can too. He's already down 2-1. And we'll see if he tries to get a shot here before the end of the first. But it may not happen. They might just be content to go into this one with a 2-1 lead here for Alejandro Calmarina of Pascack Hills. And now the flip of the coin to go into the second period. It's going to be defer for Alejandro. And Schlett is going to choose defense to start. trying to get to the attention of Alejandro. And Alejandro's on top there. He's just going to cut Gillette.
Quick escape. I don't even know if that was a cut. He just got up and was like, I'm not even going to try to keep him down.
Yeah,
Let's roll.
I feel like he felt the momentum going. He's just like, I'm not going to give up 2 here, give up anything crazy. Let's go back on our feet.
Thank you again for joining us here at the West Milford Gymnasium as Garden State HSWrestling.com, Champion Athletes, Apex Wrestling, and the Harrington Companies bring you the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedic Region 1 Championships. Nice takedown there by Gillette. I'm Donald J. Brower. With me is James Clarke.
And he can't wait to have me back next year for some more commentary work.
I can wait. 4-2. Gillette leads. It has pretty much been the St. Joe Montvale parade.
Definitely. I mean, credit to them where credit is due.
How many champions have they had?
Boy, now we're really thinking back now. As we have Gillette almost on the back for Alejandro. And no back points given there. We still got a 4-2 lead here for Gillette. Got about almost 45 seconds left in the second period. Seeing what we can do here for Gillette. Now he's just got to try to put that pressure on his elbow, see what he can do from that. And, a Granby there from Alejandro. And they're calling that one. I think they're going to stop this one here. That's going to be a locked hands on Gillette there to make it now 4-3.
7 champions for St. Joe Montvale.
7 champions, unbelievable. I know one year Del Barton, it was the year, it was like 2 weeks before COVID, I remember they had 13 finalists, and I think it was like 10 or 9 of them that ended up winning a Region 3 title.
If I remember correctly, they qualified all 14 wrestlers that year. Or did they not enter a heavyweight?
They didn't have a heavyweight. That was the only, otherwise it would have been all 14. This is impressive. But even to get like 13 in the finals, and even if you don't win them all, man, I mean, that's insane. Your whole team goes down with you at the States. It's got to be a nice feeling, nice family trip.
It's got to be one big hotel room.
All right, that's the end of 2 periods with Gillette holding a 4-3 lead, and Alejandro is going to go down. Camarena here. Camarena from Pascal Kills choosing bottom, and Gillette trying to go up on at leg, and he's going to escape there and makes it 4-4. We're tied.
Right back where we started from.
Definitely, and this has been one of the best matchups we've seen, I think, today. Then they go out of bounds. Got 1:36 left to go in the third. And back to the center they go. It's been exciting so far. And you got to give credit to Alejandro. He's been wrestling really tough here against Gillette.
And a takedown there.
He gives up the takedown. Makes it 6-4 Gillette.
When you think about it, who's Gillette's training partner in the room?
Jimmy Mullen. And that's only going to make him better.
Like, I mean, if you're defending him, Jimmy's a selfless wrestler. He'll help you. He'll tell you, he'll give you hinters and pointers, and he's not just out there trying to dominate and be a singles guy. He's all about the team.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And you gotta look at it this way too. In these upper weights, it's definitely a whole different style of wrestling. As you know, it's all about strength up there. It's not all about technique. Gotta have the strength to be able to compete with these big guys. And Granby there from Alejandro, which was nice. And now he's gonna give up the escape here. He's got 6-5. Minute left to go in the third period.
He's got to be aggressive.
He does.
Got to push the pace.
Definitely. And now Gillette has control of that arm there. He's got the rushing arm. Let's go of that one. We're taking it back to the center of the mat here. Alejandro needs to be the aggressor. And Gillette trying to,
now I'm noticing the hand fighting. Since you pointed it out, it was one of those things you didn't think about. And now I'm seeing the hands and the head.
And Gillette, he's going to get the takedown. They're giving it to him at the edge of the mat. And yeah, that's just all about wrestling. It's about hand fighting. It's about head taps. It's about the stutter steps on the feet.
It's just funny since you mentioned it. I wasn't even noticing it all day. I'm like, "Ooh."
That's usually what I commentate on when I do these with you.
I really don't listen to your commentary, but okay.
It happens.
Actually, I'm not the only one. Apparently, I get all these emails from this this one lady, Catherine Clarke, who keeps telling me all the time that she doesn't listen really anyway. She's just happy you're not on the corner somewhere trying to steal loose change from people.
Well, yeah, definitely. She usually is often about doing something else. But Gillette's here from St. Joe's Montville. Is your champion.
Now we better get this placard up quick because nothing against Hums, but you're talking about Jimmy Mullen here. Jimmy Mullen, a senior for St. Joe's Montville, 37-1 versus Arik Holmes from High Point, a senior at 29-9. This is our final championship match of the evening. This will be the final round of bouts this evening as they're starting to 5-6 to the left of us between Wohlers and Conley.
And that one over there in the 5th, 6th place match is a semifinals rematch from the District 4 tournament. That was won by J.J. Wohlers, and actually a rematch from last night in the quarterfinals.
And then we're actually having, exactly, I was just going to say, we have a quarterfinals rematch over there. As we see Mullen just saying, you know what, I'm not even practicing today. I'm taking it out.
And he's got it. That's the pin. 28 seconds. Jimmy Mullen.
I'm going to give you an interesting fact about Jimmy Mullen.
I'm ready.
Right now. It has nothing to do with Dan Warnikoff, anybody. Jimmy Mullen just pinned a kid in the amount of time it took him to wrestle his first 2 matches in this tournament. 28 seconds.
Unbelievable.
He has wrestled less than a minute in this.
And that speaks a lot of volume for him. Just congratulations, Jimmy Mullen, for an impressive performance here at Region 1 and just throughout your whole wrestling career. It's been unbelievable for you.
Spencer Verbitsky won on down the end, and I'm pretty sure
J.J. Wohl from North Warren won over there by pin.
So 5th, so you're going to have Verbitsky. And so heading down the states for 285 is Jimmy Mullen, Arik Holmes, Ren Yaskubu from Riverdale, and Spencer Verbitsky from West Milford.
Congratulations.
Congratulate yourself on our social medias. All you want to do is come out and check it out. GardenStateHSWrestling.com on Facebook. On Twitter at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling. And on YouTube. Click, like, and subscribe. You'll get notified when we have our upcoming events, when we'll have anything we're doing with the postseason, as well as the upcoming 10th anniversary show, everything we're doing. And if you want us to come out to your school next year, please, like and subscribe. You can send a message there. You can click admin at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Give us your schedule. Let us know. We'll come out with the whole crew, have some fun, go out there and call the match like they should be. It's not expensive. Other people, charge way amount of money, and they're nowhere near as knowledgeable. Why would you deal with a goof when I deliver the proof? Donald J. Brower. What started as a business, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. What started as a hobby has now become my business. As we come back to the Harrington Company's press room, James Clarke, talk a little bit about this. Just kind of what happened here in this tournament as a whole.
Well, first I do want to mention I like this camera angle that you have here. This is the best image that you have of me this year, for sure. So thank you for that. We got to see a lot of good wrestling. It felt good to see like a High Point and a Kittatinny and like the Sussex boys that I'm used to seeing back in the old Region 1 at Wallkill. But it was also good to see a lot of the St. Joe's Montvale kids being able to prevail through this region tournament to get as many champs as they did today. And, good luck to everybody down at States because this was a tough tournament here, a tough region tournament. And
one of the toughest. I mean, I'll say something about Newark, Jersey. We have a ton of really tough tournaments. 2, 3, 4. Amazing amount. And to be able to do something here is a big thing. But before we head off, it's going to be pretty much our last broadcast of an event this season. I want to thank a few people before we sign off. We are going to do podcasts and stuff like that, but as far as a live event, it's going to be the last one, except for the 10th annual Garden State HSWrestling.com All-Star Classic, which will be the first week of May. We're finalizing the venue. We're going to be doing invites as well. But let me start with some of the sponsors first. Two places that have helped us out the most, the Harrington Companies and Champion Athletes. The Harrington Company's huge supporter, Ryan Harrington, his family, everything they do. Construction, recycling, landscaping for all your renovation needs. They've also helped us with the cameras here. You see just a beautiful picture. I mean, it's amazing. I look even better than ever. I mean, I don't know what it is. It just brings out the sexy back right here. Woo! Not so much. And then Champion Athletes, Dan Warnikoff. Dan has been in my corner for years. So, Dan, thank you so much for everything you've done for me this year. A couple of the local sponsors, Jag 1 and Apex. Apex, great school. They have 4 locations, one next to MSG as well, so 5 total. Big shout out to Damian Logan, especially Dane Tabano for helping pull this together. Apex Wrestling, if it's not just a club, it's because you're more than a wrestler. And Jag 1, obviously, everybody over there who's been super supportive of what we do. Thank you, Jag 1. Locally, for our local sponsors, first, thank you to all the sponsors who have sponsored on the page. It helps us bring wrestling to you and helps us, helps put a little food on the table, but helps me broadcast this and bring this out to everybody who does it and comes out there and watches what we do. Locally sponsors for this match, Jimmy the Barbers, Motorhead, Pequannock Pet Supply, Frank's Pizza, West Milford Thai, State Farm, the Tom Ziegenbalg Agency, and Smoke Shack, big sponsors of what we did. On a personal side, behind the cameras, with the cameras too, Jared Klimas, who is in college right now. He's our live streamer. He helps us out. The guy travels back and forth and lets me bother him at random times. So huge idea. Thank you, Jared, for all you've done. This guy, James Clarke. No, James, listen, I tease James on air. I like James. James is a good dude. James doesn't, James is always there for a last minute if we pick up a match, vice versa. So thank you, James. My family, everybody involved, my parents, everybody who supports. And the biggest thank you of all is to my lovely wife. We're going to the Cauliflower Ear Convention, I should call it, the next week. Like I said on Valentine's Day, and for a lot of you who may not have seen it, it starts with, the missed dinners from Thanksgiving to March, the going to bed at different times, the late night hours, missing weekends and now weekdays because we're doing so much live streaming. I love you, Amanda. Thank you so much for letting me do this. And then most importantly, you, the viewer. Whether you purchased a pass today, whether you purchased a pass last week, whether you've tuned in, whether you've liked, whether you've commented about anything I've done, thank you. The feedback is amazing. I'm truly humbled by how much I've gotten the feedback this year from stepping it up. So thank you so much. This is not the end of us. Like I said, I'll be down in Atlantic City. We're going to be doing nightly podcasts each night. We're going to have medalist wrap-ups that we're going to release probably the day after, so Sunday or Monday. And then we're going to be planning for our year-end awards as well as the upcoming 10th annual Garden State HSWrestling.com All-Star Classic. So, for James Clarke, for everyone out there, thank you so much for making this the best year, our 10th year with Garden State HSWrestling.com. We'll see you next time.